Welcome. It is Tuesday, November 14th, 6 p.m., and the Raymore Arts Commission is called to order. Can I get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Young.
Present.
Commissioner Barry. Jessica.
Present.
Commissioner Bob Barry.
Present.
Commissioner Pat Setzer.
Present.
Commissioner Randy Crumweedy.
Present.
Commissioner Cheryl Cunningham.
Present.
And Commissioner Lauren Jones absent.
Okay, that's enough for a quorum. Looking for public comments. We have an empty lobby, so we'll now go straight to presentations. I'm sorry, we got to do the pledge, don't we? Pardon me. Can we all stand for the pledge? Skipped right over that. Now, looking for public comments. We have none for presentations. Likewise, we have none for committee updates. We will have one next time because we're meeting right after, the Public Arts Committee is going to meet right after this meeting. And so we go straight to staff reports. Melissa?
Thank you. For my report tonight, a few things. Just congratulations on reappointments officially yesterday at the city council meeting for Pat Setzer and Bob Barry. And even though you technically expired in July, you've officially been reappointed to another 3-year term. And welcome to Cheryl Cunningham, Ward 4, who's filling that seat that's been vacant for a while. So welcome, Ms. Cunningham. We will have new art in this chamber gallery tomorrow afternoon. So that's very exciting. It's been a while, so thank goodness somebody came forward. And then reminder that next month we will be meeting for a work session. So that will most likely be in the executive conference room, same December 12th, 6 p.m. But we'll, in your September work session, you mentioned that you wanted more work sessions so we can plan things out a little better. So just a reminder that next month is a work session. And I was initially going to give a work session review. I think everything that the commission discussed is in the single agenda item for the work plan that we have coming up. So if anyone has any questions about anything in there, you can let me know now. If I misremembered anything, it is possible. But I think I'm pretty close to what we talked about. Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay, well then you probably all remember what we did. Cheryl will be learning what we did fairly soon. So I think that is going to conclude my staff report.
Okay, thank you. Let's see. Oh, you have another report. This is on the web-based meeting agenda program?
I'm sorry, yes. Coming up next month, it's not really going to be very much different for the Arts Commission because our agendas are pretty small and I always just email them to you anyway and we don't really print them out except for in cases like this when IT makes us not use the computers. But there will be a web-based software where you'll be able to go online and access the agenda, make notes, and keep those notes. So we're really excited to try to get rid of some paper, and this we'll initially be rolling this out next month. Little by little, there'll be training. It shouldn't be that difficult for our commission. So just look for information on that coming out soon.
Any questions about that? Okay, I actually got a little question about that. Is this going to be the Adobe based using Adobe Acrobat, or is this something that's?
No, it's like you log into a website and then all of your information, your commission information would be there along with your notes and everything.
Okay, thanks. All right, well, thank you. Now on to the consent agenda. This is to approve the meeting minutes. This was back in August, so it's been a while. All right, so can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? Anything you want to add to it? Any edits? No? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Thank you. And anyone abstaining? All right, one abstention. All right, this carries, or it's approved. Now on to new business. Now this is the approval of the fiscal 2024, the fiscal year work plan. Melissa, can you discuss that a little bit?
Sure, thank you. In September, the Arts Commission met in a work session and at length discussed goals for the upcoming fiscal year, which we are now in. You decided to change a few things, get rid of some of the programs that maybe weren't working so well or that we hadn't had such great luck with, give them a little bit of a rest and try some new things. So I put all of those ideas into a work plan, along with just a reminder of the purpose and duties of the commission, because I think it's always a good idea to have that in front of everything that you would like to plan in the future. So, you know, the major goals are just to incorporate more work sessions into the meeting calendar, increasing the amount of public art in Raymore, which I think the commission has done a wonderful job of lately with our rotating art program. The addition of a mural to the heart of Raymore in partnership with a private local business, and continuing to exhibit artists in the Raymore City Council chambers and Centerview Gallery spaces, and then continuing with our holiday sing-along. Am I remembering correctly that we did want to execute an art competition in spring? Is thumbs up? Okay, good, because I have reserved Centerview for Friday night, April 19th for this. So this will be a true art competition with different categories, with prizes, and we can talk more about that at the December work session. We also, it was mentioned that we want to have a variety of popular and quality swag items, giveaways, maybe some stickers, and we want to have a presence on a Saturday morning at Recreation Park to engage those sports families at the park this spring, as well as continue to host concerts at the Hawkridge Park Amphitheater, which would be every second Friday of the month from June through October, and perhaps including a food truck and additional activities at these events as our resources allow. Currently, the plan is to not have summer scene this year, and instead put that energy into the concerts. And then I was directed to create a high-res image catalog of our temporary and public art commissioned by the Raymore Arts Commission, which I am happy to tell you is complete. And you know, just continue to think about our long-range goals and programs that we can bring to the community that just align with the purpose of the Arts Commission. So that's pretty much the gist of what I got from the meeting, my notes, and so I think that it's just helpful to have a plan for the year so that we can stick to it. And if you'll notice, I included a rough outline of the budget of what was discussed that we would need to allocate toward each of these areas. As a commission, you can change anything. Almost anything. We might need to think a little bit if we don't get that NEA grant, we will have to maybe switch a couple things around or get really creative with how we're paying for that. But hopefully we do get the grant, which we will know in April. But pretty much, you know, I think I have almost all of the performances scheduled also. And so everything is kind of lined out, which, you know, again, you can change anything that you would like, but this is what I thought we talked about, so I tried to get as close to that as possible. And I think that's all I have for that agenda item. So staff is just looking for approval of this plan.
Okay, any questions or comments? Yeah.
Just real quick, the rotating art, replacing the Memorial Park art. Can you remind me what that is?
That is the heart.
It's the heart. Thank you.
That leaves when?
That leaves this next spring.
Okay,
So
that's
we
right.
will, so with the Creative Arts Alliance that we're a part of now, that whole process begins in, I think, December, next month. And then I think it's February that we have the drawing. Does that sound right? February or March? And so we will know, or actually it might be January. Anyway, but yeah, so early in the year, we will know what the next piece is through that process. So, but everything,
Could get those into the booklet that goes to the residents? Do you have an idea?
for our May issue of the review, we would just need to know it would be really helpful to know by the beginning of April.
Okay. I'll see if I can get that.
Any other comments, questions? No? Oh, I do have a question, real quick, about the concerts. I know at one point we were discussing attempting smaller groups that could bring people. Is that something that we are going to think about pursuing to fill out some of these bigger groups that we want? Basically, the lower tier who would come in. Have anybody approached us, or?
So well, we did get a postcard from somebody very recently. The way that I have scheduled it is there's one band that I haven't quite nailed down, but they want to be here. I thought they were going to be pretty expensive, and they're actually pretty reasonable. So our prices, the money that we're spending on the concerts is actually within that $6,000 budget that we set, and I think that we have a good mix. And I think with maybe perhaps our opening concert, we might try to pair 2 artists together. I have one set, but we might try to pair 2 artists together. They're both kind of similar to maybe make it a little bit bigger event. But other than that, so September is the reggae. July is the 60s, Deja Blue 60s that had to cancel, unfortunately, last year and couldn't reschedule. And then June 14th is Bradley Harris, who brings a big crowd, but there is a potential, there's another artist that could potentially work with him, or basically have 2 shows, one after another, might bring a good crowd. So I haven't discussed that with Bradley yet, but that's a possibility. And then the rock band, the 80s rock band, I initially offered August to them, and they were like, oh, it's so hot. Do you have anything else? Which I know it is really hot sometimes. So I thought that if you were okay with it, I would offer them the October, the last event of the year, and maybe we could kind of make it like an 80s party, like with the whole theme. It's kind of early for Halloween. It's October 11th, but people like dressing up. So I thought we could do that. And then the mariachi band and the dancers did express, the dancers at least expressed interest in coming back. They did say they would be open to August because they said the hot is better than the cold, and it was pretty cold. Yeah. So if we want to, that would be the last date that we could fill up with that. And then we're set.
And for those of you who didn't make it to that October concert, that was a blast. That was such fun. It was it's cool. Both the band and the dancers were fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
And it brought people out that had never been out before to the amphitheater, and so it was really great to bring new people in to experience that.
Okay. Well, thank you for that detailed. Any questions or comments about this consent agenda? Okay. All right, well, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? All right, that's all of us. Thank you. Now, moving on to Commissioner Big Ideas. And really, it's big or small. If you come up with something, you let us know. But don't save it for our next meeting in the work session. If you have anything now that you want to talk about, please bring it up. If not, put your thinking caps on, because we're going to need it for that work session. Does anybody have any ideas? Anyone? Nope. Okay.
Just
you
one.
did? Yeah,
Just one.
go for it.
We had talked, not the last work session, but the work session before, about the potential for like some performance art and things like that. Are we still in conversation about that? Can that be brought to the meeting, maybe the work session in December?
Absolutely. Yeah. Anyone else? No? All right, then, let's go straight to commissioner comments, and we will start over here. Cole?
Just two things. One, Melissa, thank you for one, capturing all the list of things we had last week, or last month, 2 months ago, whenever it was. The work session, and the budget looks great. And then just excited to have another work session next month. I feel like that was one of the most productive times we've probably had in the, what's this been, 4 years, I think I've been on the commission. I felt like we got a lot accomplished and really set the table. Now I feel like we've had the strategy part. Now it's time to do the tactical part of, actually executing on this, because it could be a big year for us.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Jessica? Okay. Pat? Randy?
Just want to thank Melissa for the good work on this, and the budget looks really nice too, Melissa. Color codes are nice.
Okay. Cheryl? Anything?
Well, I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity to be part of this committee.
Well, thank you for joining. Thank you for showing the interest. We really appreciate it. Now you're taking away what I was just about to say, so I'll skip that part. But thank you all for being here. It's nice to get ready for our work session, and bring, again, big or small, bring those ideas, and we can drill down on what we have, and we'll make them even better. Let's see. I think that's it. Can I get a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor, raise your hand. All right, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.